Well, hello. Oh, super boothers. Super booth. Super booth. Super boothy booth. Yo, what's up, boys and girls, ladies and gents, he, she, they, them, bafangul. Yes, indeed, it is I, Echo Craft. I have no idea what this is all about, but how's the stream? Is the stream coming in okay? Am I coming in okay? Is everything okay? Yeah. Let's find out, shall we? Seems like everything seems to be okay. All right. Check this out. Let's see. We have nothing there. We have that. Back to me. Cool. All right. So, we speculated. We thought what it was going to be. But now we see what it is going to be because it's here. It's at Super Booth. And every single one of the synth mafia got one. There's a lot of them out there. They got a lot of them out there. Every single one of those synth mafia dudes got a Moog Messenger. Yes, indeed. Interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? And some of them have had it for 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, come on. We know that, the Moog didn't just go, oh, hey, let's come out with a new synthesizer, and it was released yesterday. No, it's in the works. It's always in the works, right? Twin Cities Oxygen, hello. Mark Anderson, hello. Still waiting for people to come in, but that's fine. We're going to talk about it. Space and Shadow, welcome. Yeah. Here we go. So now we know what it's all about, right? I was up early this morning at 7 o'clock this morning, which was Germany. I believe it was around 12 noon, right? Give or take 25 minutes. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, we know now what this is, right? We know that it is a remarkable synthesizer. And I must tell you, I am very happy. I am very happy about this. I like the form factor. I like the surprises that it has. I think being able, there's just so much to talk about. My God. Yeah. Let's let these guys know. I've gone live, gentlemen. All right. Just letting my boys know. Got to get them blue wrenches in there, kids. All right. All right. So the Moog Messenger, first we had the Muse, right? We had the Moog Muse right here. Behind me is the gorgeous Moog Muse. Right? Left? Ah! The gorgeous Moog Muse. Right. Which I love. I love this synthesizer. I think it sounds amazing. But the Messenger. So, Synth Samurai and I were hanging out, right? You ordered a Messenger. I ordered a Messenger. Did you see Echo? Oh, Twin Cities, the man. Yes. Ordering that Messenger, baby. There you go. Now, I don't work for Moog. I get sponsored by Moog. I'm just a Moog guy. And I poo-pooed Moog a lot. I poo-pooed Moog a lot. I did a lot of poo-pooing, okay? But I'm back. Because you know why? Because Moog's back. Moog is back on the map. And let me tell you something. before we get into any videos or anything, let me tell you something. I am very excited about this. Now, one thing that I found very interesting is that it is a mono synth, but dudes, ladies, gents, he, she, they, them, bafangul, let me tell you something. This thing is killer. It's got depth. You know, some people are poo-pooing going, it doesn't sound like a Moog. That's not a Moog. But it is. It's a Moog. It's deep. It sounds like a Moog. It's warm. It's all analog circuitry. The sequencer in it's amazing. The arpeggiator's amazing. It's got a wave folder on it that's taken from the Labyrinth. We'll give it that. I don't like the Labyrinth, but I like the fact that this sucker has a wave folder on it, which is awesome. The filter, man, I'll tell you, being able to, I'm going to play this video, but being able to hit that filter button that brings the bass back, you know, what can I say? It's just amazing. So without further ado, we're going to get into this. And we'll see what happens, okay? Let's get into it. Hold on. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Anton's TV. My name is Jet Duxbury. Oz Powell is behind that very camera. And this is the Moog Messenger. Apparently, this isn't out there in the world yet, so this is a first look. I'm going to react to the presets because it's got some presets in it. We'll have a bit of a first foray around the controls. I'm not going to be the expert on this because we're a bit pushed for time, but luckily, awesome Gus.
And I'm not going to play the whole video, so I'm going to skip.
Here. I'm not looking at you at the camera. I've realised I haven't made any. Patch 2, D minor. It's murky down there. Nice.
Is the stream sound okay, guys? Does it sound all right? I was getting some kind of noise. Anybody? Right? See what's happening here. Okay, good. So the world needs a hero. This world needs a hero. Welcome. Welcome. All right, so it sounds good though, right, guys? All right, cool. Thank you, Mark. All right, let's go.
Bad in it. Patch 3.
Thanks, guys.
G minor. Aftertouch perfectly scaled. Can do a few more patches, then we'll get into the nitty-gritty. Let's go. Just those, come on, that's rare that we like first 8 patches. Let's dive into an init preset. I saw this earlier, hold to init, so we should have a pretty naked little wave there. Yeah, used to that sound. Monophonic. Lot. In between there, we've got a sub wave. So I'll turn this down, we've got no noise. Let's bring the sub, oscillator, mixer volume up. The subwave category. This is going to be the synth bass hit of the year. Whack
Ready?
them all on. I'll put these two saw wavy looking
Here we
things
go.
and see what happens. Bit of detuning. Unreal. Let's turn the sub oscillator down. Got those pretty much in tune. What's really interesting in my first little fiddle with it, and I'll try to get it across to you, is we can use the second oscillator to modulate different things, including the other oscillator. We've got a little switch here. Here's an FM amount. Let's bring in the mod amount and see what happens. And that'll be influenced by the shape of this oscillator. So let's listen. Insane.
Oh, it's so violent.
Right?
Oh.
That is.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Filter. No envelope wizardry. That's just two oscillators beating each other off fantastically. And negative amounts. Oh, batty. Let's see what these other ones do. Filter envelope. So it's going to be attached to this in some way. I reckon that'll shape the wave folding bit of it. So let's try that out. Octave down. That's cool. And then this will do the wave. It'll change the... Really interesting. And then the sub wave as well. Let's bring the sub oscillator up.
This thing is brutal. Bye-bye, Mantis. Sorry, man. This thing is brutal. And here's the thing. Let me explain this to you guys. So Samurai and I were talking this morning, and I said, I kind of know what the commercial was about. All right, this is my theory on the Moog commercial. Moog. All right, check it out. These guys are all in the field. We thought this was going to be a sampler, right? They're all out in the field and they're putting down these microphones everywhere, and and it's collecting all these sounds where the sounds weren't nature. The sounds were all created on this. That's a fact. You listen with headphones on, you can hear it. Then there's this like, Twilight Zone kind of like Stranger Things scene where they're out in the woods and they're in the middle of a field now, and there's like all these people around, right? All these nerds, and there's a guy, he's sitting behind a typewriter and he's typing stuff up, and the people are painting stuff, and I get this. Then all of a sudden it cuts to the scene where the guy's just sitting in front of the Messenger and he's playing it. And all these papers that the people were painting pictures of or anything are all on the ground, right? They've all fallen on the ground. Now, Moog came out with the Muse, right? It goes for $3,500. That's not what I paid. That's a whole other story. Now, they come out with the flagship because they got rid of the Moog 1. They come out with the flagship. In Music comes out, right? Supposedly, this is the first in music synthesizer, the Messenger. Then they come out with this. They're sending a message. The price of this is $8.99, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, he, she, they, them, bafangul, okay? $8.99. That's US dollars. Okay? Crazy. Right? So that's the message. The message is, here we come. We're coming out. We're coming to get you. We're sending a message. I know it sounds stupid, But that's what this is what's in my head because that's what they're doing. They're sending a message. They're sending Behringer a message. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Behringer bro. But I'm a Moog guy too. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're sending a message. They're sending a message to Korg. They're sending a message to Roland. They're sending a message to Behringer. Okay? They're sending a message to Oberheim. They're sending a message to a lot of people. This synthesizer's killer. Look at the form factor. This doesn't look like a Moog. But it does. But it doesn't. This sounds like a Moog. But it doesn't. But it does. Okay? It's brutal. And it sounds amazing. There's no effects. If you notice, guys, there's no display. This is old school synthesis. Right? What you get on the front panel is what you get. There's no internal menus. There's nothing, none of that shit. None of the stuff. Like the Sub Fatty had all this shit under the hood that you had to have an editor for it to get into it under the hood. Sub Fatty was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Deceiving. Okay? I had to have the freaking Sub Fatty editor to get into the hood to get all the goodies out of the Sub Fatty. Okay? Not with this. This is all right in front of you. What you get is what you see. What you see is what you get. And this thing is brutal. And I'm going to tell you right now, who's this space capsule? I'm still going to TE-05 over this. Different beast, dude. Different beast. This is not a TE-05. This is in the category of the Mantis, of the subsequent 37, the sub 37, the sub 35, 25. That's what this is. Blows them all away as far as I'm concerned. Synthpunk's going to yell at me for saying that, but I don't care. I was looking at a subsequent 37. I'm not buying anything. I'm done. I can't. Done. Over and out. Okay? But yeah, TE-05 1500 versus 899. TE-05 is a different beast though. TE-05 is polyphonic. This is monophonic. Let's not go there. Different things going on here. I want to welcome some people to the chat. We've got Synth Fun. We've got Aaron Paris. We've got Space Capsule. We've got, I think it's Zaki. Welcome. Let's see. You're grateful it doesn't have a female name. I said that. You know, the grandmother, the mother 32, the drummer from another mother, the matriarch, right? No, they're getting away from that. They're definitely getting away from that. The Muse. Okay, the Muse, is that a female name? I don't know. Is it? You know, anybody could be your muse, right? Mostly it's generated towards female, right? I guess, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Who else we got here? I've seen some new names. Blairy's Beat Lab, welcome. We've got The World Needs a Hero. This World Needs a Hero. Sorry, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Who else we got? I saw a new name in here. If I got it. I think that's it, right? Did I get everybody? Let's see. I think I got everybody. Twin Cities. I'm going to read Twin Cities. I don't have that thing set up yet that Samurai showed me, so I'm just going to highlight the names. So Twin Cities Oxygen says, I'm glad someone gets it. We've called out Moog for some of their other recent offerings being underwhelming, and I see people poo-pooing this, but this is killer. A great price, point two. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. This is crazy. Like, tomorrow's Vision Now. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome, guys. Prince Cinnabald. Did I say your name right? I'm sorry if I didn't. Welcome. Let's see. Buff the Cat, welcome. Lavarux, I think that's how you say it. Does sound wicked. Welcome. I was saying welcome to everybody. Hello, everybody. Glad you made it. This is very cool. Cool. All right. So yes, this sounds nasty. So I'm going to play some more. I love Jack. I love Anadin's music. Jack does great demos. Then I'm going to play some other stuff. I am not playing any of the Mafia videos. Okay. I'm only playing Stores today. Okay. That's it. I'm not shilling the Mafia videos. Okay. I'm my own shill. Moog. All right. Oh, by the way, if you want one of these shirts, because I'm going to make a Moog Messenger shirt too, just let me know. I don't make any money off of these, but I can't sell them publicly. But this is the Moog Muse shirt. Okay. Full blast. Got the Moog logo here. US flag here. I got a new one coming. It's a Moog shirt and it's got Moog written in Chinese or Taiwanese on the back, and on the front it says Muse. No picture though, and it has a flag, the American flag and the Taiwanese flag underneath it. Full blast shirt. Just let me know. All right. Yeah, Matt Jamiroquai's great video. I watched it. Yes, Machines One. Everything, all their videos are amazing, but I'm not playing Mafia videos. All right, let's go back to Jack.
Interesting. And we can sync them. Oh, crikey.
This reminds me of like a subsequent or a sub 37 and a wasp had sex and they had a baby. I don't know. Weird. Okay. Can I say that word? I can't say that word, can I? I don't know. It's freedom of speech, God damn it. All right, let's see. This looks like a Moog siren and a subsequent 37 had a baby. Yeah, I agree, man. Let's see. Machines, synth fun respectively, unless it added 4 filters, VCAs, EGs. We have a new subscriber. Great stuff here. Oh, thanks, man. I like the name too. This world needs a hero. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, cool. So, all right. So let me do this. Hold on. I want to get to this part where Jack, I think this is it.
We will sweep it.
Talking about the filter here. Check this out.
Now, not only do we have the famous Moog ladder filter in 4-pole low pass, but we have a 2-pole version. Back to the 4, listen. Band pass. And a high pass.
This is so cool,
now,
man.
the big ticket here for me, say I was making a standard Moog bass, or what I think of like a mini Moogie bass. We've got 2 oscillators pretty much in saw waves there, and then I want to filter it down. But I also want to add a bit of resonance. And I maybe want to have that controlled by this filter envelope. So I'm going to send an amount to the envelope and we'll put some decay on. Now, here's the... Right, so I've got all that chirpiness, great, but my bass is gone. Always the problem, or being a feature, as they'd like, probably marketing would like me to say, that on a ladder filter, which is this design, that we lost all the bass. Check this out. We have a switch to compensate for that. So I can add as much screaming on the top end. Unbelievable. There's so many Moog keyboards that I wish that was on. And
and it's not just Moog keyboards. It's on every keyboard that has a ladder filter. I want to say the SIM filter is probably the only one. The SIM filter is the only one by Oberheim that doesn't do that, which It's pretty fat. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, Machines, because Machines has an OB6. But I'm pretty sure the SEM filter actually gives you that, it doesn't lose the bottom end when you add the resonance, which is pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's enough of that. I mean, I could go in. I don't want to play all of Jack's video. Actually, watch this. He has the dude. I think he's the cameraman or the sound man come in. Where is it? Here it is. Watch this. This is so nasty.
Want to go try this out because that res bass switch, wave folding that makes sense, but with a little bit of innovation in it instead of just. It's all right.
Oz, yeah, that's his
Oz
name.
is just really excited. He's got an amp turning up.
I'm dropping everything.
That's the big standout for me, and the fact that I managed to do a video on it with only 10 minutes prep and not have an aneurysm. It's amazing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon on Anton's TV. You're going to have all the fun in the world with that.
It kind of does look like a base station. Watch this. So go watch this video if you haven't seen it. It's really good. And let's show you another one. Nope, not watching that crap. Nope. This one's good. We'll watch that in a second. This is Toman. I haven't watched the Toman one yet. Let's see. That's the Jamiroquai one. We don't want to watch him. I can't believe that they sent her one. I can't even. Check this out, guys, if you can. This guy goes through a bunch of Moog. This is by Reverb. This is really good. He goes through a bunch of Moog different synthesizers, and he compares them to the Messenger. Goes through the Moog synthesizer. It's actually really cool. Maybe we'll check some of that out in a minute. Let's see. Super Booth. Is this the Sweetwater one? Yeah, let's check out Daniel Fisher.
Hi, I'm Daniel Fisher here at Sweetwater, and today I'm really excited to show you the Moog Messenger.
Look at the form factor of this
This is an analog 2-oscillator plus sub monophonic synthesizer. It has 256 presets. It's got a sequencer for every preset, an ARP for every preset with patterns.
Hold on, I gotta say hi to more people. Synth Samurai, what's up, brother? Let's see what else we got. We got Michael Benson, what's up, baby? What's going on? We've got Grill Mr. Flash. What's going on? Let's see. They want to convert hot players into synthesizers. Dude, I have no idea, but we were all talking today, Hans Volt and Samurai and I don't know where the Machines one was. He was doing something. I don't know. Last time I saw him, he had a Pope outfit on. I don't know. But anyway, we were talking, we said, what way to market, right? What best way to market is to send all of these. I mean, they sent a lot of these out to people, man. More than the Muse, more than anything we've ever seen. I don't, guys, you think it was more than the Labyrinth? Anyway, yeah, dude, unbelievable. The people that got this thing. So what we were saying, what better way to market, right? I mean, they're not going to you're not going to see a television commercial with Moog, okay? It's not going to happen, right? You're not going to see that, right? You're watching TV and all of a sudden a Moog commercial comes up. You'd be like, what the fuck is that? Anybody in their right mind would be like, why are they doing that, right? So what better way? Because everybody knows that people watch YouTube. There are tons of people out there that watch YouTube. There are tons of synth people out there that know nothing about what's happening in the synth world other than, years ago we had Keyboard Magazine, we had Sound on Sound, we had all kinds of, Electronic Musician, we had all kinds of magazines to find out about this stuff. But now we have YouTube, right? Synthopotamus, what's up, man? It's weird. It's like, so we got all this stuff, right? And yeah, I'm fired up about In Music too, man. In Music, to me, are making big strides. And this is, like I said in the thumbnail, this is the future of synthesis. I'm waiting, though. I'm wondering. We're all wondering, is Arturia going to come out with something? It is Super Booth Week. Today's the first day. Let's find out. But anyway, let's get back to Daniel. I'm just blown away. Moog. Just blown away.
You have envelopes that are loopable. You've got a really cool filter that, of course, is the low-pass ladder filter for pole, but you can also do two-pole and bandpass and high-pass, all with resonance, and you can modulate the filter with audio rate FM, so very exciting on that. Everything's on the front panel of this, which means down this button for 2 seconds, and I have a simple triangle wave on one oscillator. And as I mentioned, you could sweep through the wave shapes, so triangle, saw, square. Having FM from oscillator to get that sync sound, I just hit settings, touch after touch, and now I turn the knob that I want to assign the modulation, which is oscillator 2 frequency, and you can see with these LEDs that I can go both positive and negative, and it's just a really quick way to see what you're doing, but now I'll have aftertouch control over that.
That's bananas. That is so awesome. I believe I can do that on the Muse, but that's awesome. Wow, I'm so excited. Oh man. What's this? I'm sorry, man. Is it Jean-Pierre Nimon? My first Moog, probably. Cool. Did I say your name right? I think I did. I think we had this conversation before. Yes. All right. So let's check this out. And I want to, because there's another Daniel Fisher video as well. Let's see what he does here. I think.
Now I'll run through the 4-pole, 2-pole, the bandpass.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing that Jack did.
At audible speeds, can modulate the filter with FM.
Listen to that sound, man. Y'all got headphones on listening to this because it sounds amazing on my studio monitors.
And if I add feedback, which is a trick they used in the mini Moog, I'm taking the audio out and putting it back into the filter, just fattening everything up. As I mentioned before, the envelopes are looping,
beast,
so I'm going to go back to an init sound and just show you that. Get a nice sound. So now I'm going to turn the ARP on and I'm going to go through the different patterns that are available. That makes this a great live performance instrument is that down here you have control over your mod wheel. You can
Now, see, here's the thing. Somebody said the other day, you know, what's up with Moog? Look up Myler Melodies demo if you want. Oh, you're pulling a me, Twin Cities, huh? All right, bro, I'm gonna do it right now. Let's do it. That's funny. That's what I usually do to get Samurai's attention. Thanks for the $2, bro. I get Samurai's attention. I've donated so much money to his freaking channel. It's not funny. Yeah, let me do that now, bro. Let's see. Let's go back here. And let's see. Myla Melodies. It's here somewhere. I mean, I didn't really want to play any Synth Mafia videos, but where is it? Come on, I know it's here. Maybe he didn't get enough views. All right, let me tap that in. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh, merch page, by the way. Like I said, you can't get the Moog shirts on the page. If you want one, you have to special order it from me. Just email me. The email is in my about. It's just echocraft@gmail.com. But this is my merch channel. Check it out. It's echocraft.com. Pretty simple. Keep it simple. All right, let's see. Here. YouTube again. And it's Milo Melodies, right? So I don't know how to spell that. Let's see. Milo. I don't know. I'm a horrible speller, man. Synth guy, I guess, right? What the hell is that on the screen? Jesus Christ. Am I spelling the guy's name wrong? What the hell? Where is it? Where's that? Where's that? Oh, Mylar. All right, Mylar. Sorry, guys. Oops. There he is. And this is the one, yeah? I think so. Yeah.
all of the various features, and I'll explain all of the sort of not obvious things about how the sequencer works and the arpeggiator, all of these kind of secondary functions, including advanced modulation that you can do. And above all, I'm going to try not to assume any knowledge on your part here, because I recognize that this might be your first synthesizer. This tutorial is sponsored. Output when you turn up resonance. More on that in a sec. There are 2 envelopes, which can be very snappy or quite long and can loop. There are 2 LFOs, one here which we can send to a bunch of distant destinations and has variable wave shapes, triangle saws, thing with everything. And it's like, we hear sound 1 in bank 1. If you start interacting with any of the dials, you'll hear that sound start to change.
It is brutal.
Ooh. Oh my mate. So back to bank 1, patch 2. And you can just push these and play. You tweak sounds, and if you like something, you can push the save button. And then what it's going to do is wink at you and say, where in the 16 slots do you want to save it to? It's winking on number 7 to say this is the location you are at currently. And it might be.
I've never heard that term before.
I really want to save it in 16. But what's in 16?
Tell you what else winks at you.
You can find out if you hold it down. Let go. Did you hear what happened? Let's hold 15. This white noise thing. Tell you what, let's save it there. So now I've saved it into 15, and in order to preview what was in the slot, I held that button down. And while I was holding it down,
it's pretty cool that it's allowing you to save the patch with the sequence or the arpeggiator, which I think is really cool. Which most synths do that anyway. But I just think it's cool. Bro sounds like he's explaining this to a chimpanzee. Okay. It's winking. It's bloody winking at me. Sorry if you're British. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rag on the Brits. I love the Brits. I love the Brits. I love the Brits. Look at that shirt. Moog, baby. Fucking all day long, kids. All right. The Sweetwater demo is the best so far. Heavy Cap, what's going on, man? Yeah, I didn't watch this video. I have FM on the Muse, and it does some fun. Well, actually, what you heard at the beginning of the show, I was messing around with the FM filter on the Muse. It's very cool, and I'm very surprised, very happy that Moog is doing that. In music, I don't know. I think in music is probably the greatest thing that happened to Moog in a long time. Being honest, because let's face it. I mean, they were like stuck in a rut. And, you know, the other thing that was brought to my attention, the price of this is ridiculous. I mean, I was stupid, but I love it. But I got to be honest with you. What this is compared to, $10,000. Remember, it was $10,000 for the Moog, Rogue One, for the Moog One, right? And 10,000. Okay, and this is 3,500. Again, I didn't pay that, but that's impressive. Bringing the price down on something like this. Espencraft basically trashed everyone and called us all idiots and fools for buying into the scam, as he calls it. But whatever. So let me go back. I want to go back. back here. And the reason why I want to go back here is because I just want to show you something. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. They're up there now. Right. Everything changes. I don't like it. Nope, not playing him. This was... Who is this? Oh, this is Lisa Belladonna's video. If you have a chance, she goes through every single patch. This is a synth performance. I don't think I saw this one. Let's take a listen to this. It is a sleek looking synth, man. I'm sorry. It really is. How many freaking Mother 32s does she have? It's like, you see the wall behind her? That's insane. All right, enough of her. Let's look at something else. I'm just going to go through a few videos and then we're going to call it because I have to go eat dinner. What is this? Who is this? That's Daniel. Who's this? What is this?
Message for you, sir.
When Moog introduces a new synth, you take notice. This is the Moog Messenger, a next-generation monophonic analog keyboard synthesizer. It's packed full of all sorts of innovative twists on beloved circuits from yesteryear, including some of the most iconic synths Moog has ever released. It's endlessly playable and ready for any gig.
That's another thing Samurai and I were talking about. It's ready to gig. I mean, this thing's small enough you could fit it in a small gig bag. Boom, go to the gig, plug it in, and go. You know, the old form factor with, you know, the like the sub 37 and the subsequent 37. That old form factor that's kind of like, almost looked like a flip top kind of thing. Very bulky, very intense. I had the sub fatty. It was it was difficult to move around. This, you know, I know everybody's like, oh, but it doesn't look like a Moog. Whatever. Get over it.
You can create yourself a fuzzy synthy sweater. At the heart of the Messenger lies the legendary Moog ladder filter, but it's not just the normal ladder filter.
All right, I'm done with her. Let's see. This is the one I listened to. It's like an hour long, close to an hour long. It's like an hour long. She plays through all the patches, and the patches, I have to say, the presets are done really well. They really are. Not playing her video, not playing his video. Let's see. There's a Super Booth video here. Actually, let's do this one. Let's do this one.
Any other effects?
Let's turn off.
Like aggressive.
There we go.
This thing is badass. Hey, this is Scott from Tycho, and I'm at the Vintage Synthesizer Museum in Los Angeles with my friends from Guitar Center, and we're checking out the Moog Messenger. I'm a musician and producer, and I have a new album called Infinite Health out, and with texture and saturation to it that I always find helps me find more aggressive sounds without having any other effects. You can do a lot of the tone shaping right inside the synthesizer. So I'm going to recreate one of the leads from Phantom. Typically, I kind of turn to the Mini Moog or the Source. So this will be perfect because this, to my ear, sounds a lot like both of them. With the Messenger, there are no internal effects, which is usually how I like my synths, just because I don't need anything extra beyond the synth itself. I like to do the effects myself. This was a 2-oscillator sound, and they were both sawtooth. It can be aggressive and sharper, so I like to use those for lead sounds. Like to use short attacks. Usually use 2 to 3 oscillators. On this one, I only use 2. Once you get past 12 o'clock, it starts to sound like it's kind of saturating. There's some more color to this, kind of like the Matriarch, I believe. It's like kind of like pushing the internal mixer harder. In this case, I push them all the way, just like I usually do with the Matriarch, because I love that sound. The cool thing about analog synths is you have this sort of and to emulate eighth dotted at different mix levels. And I just love the way those interact typically. I have another one down the chain, just a really the curve of it. So instead of side chaining an actual RC20.
He talks too much.
In context in the song. And in a lot of the songs, it'll be a
Okay, next. So, and Loop Pop's video is amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Let's see. And that's Lisa Belladonna's. This is the Toman one, right? Did I play this one? No, I didn't.
So the other day I got a mysterious package from Moog and I had no idea what's inside until I opened it and saw that it's a new analog monosynth. Similar
You got a
in form
mysterious
to the Moog
package from
grandmother,
Moog. You
just
didn't
a bit
know what it
slimmer,
was.
but with variable waveforms, wave folding, a fresh twist on the classic Moog ladder filter, plus some digital features like preset management and a sequencer with probability. But before we start, a quick channel update. You might have noticed that our channel banner has already changed to this. And for those of you not familiar with Voltage Labs, it's a platform we've built over the past year on Instagram.
Okay, that's great. Can we just,
Alright, so here we have it, the Moog Messenger. First, maybe a quick overview. Super simple layout, actually, like an alternative to the Moog. And while my oscilloscope is glitching out a bit because it's confused, in the beginning you can see it a bit. Yeah, the triangle is being folded in on itself, similar to a Buchla, but what we are used to hearing on the Buchla is usually a sine wave being folded instead of a triangle wave. So that's why it has a bit of a different characteristic, but still fairly
wave
similar.
folding is so awesome on a synth.
Fold a triangle on the
It'd be
Buchla.
great if more synthesizers had
But
that
yeah,
on there
seems like
because it just does sound really
integrating these West Coast principles into all types of synths seems to be a trend at the moment. And then jumps.
He's boring
A
me.
wave, and then even
But
a
anyway,
sine wave.
check it out. Definitely check out some of these videos because they're just amazing. And I just, I'm going to read some of the comments right now and go through it. I just don't want to play any of the Mafia's videos. I don't want to do that. That's just who we are as renegades. I'm trying to play all the store videos. Antonidin's was great. Jack is great. Daniel Fisher is great. I don't know if there's any more in here. Who's this? Matt Johnson. Is this? What is this? Oh, that's from Jamiroquai. Okay, I don't. All right. This is the sound one only. Okay, we'll listen to this. We'll listen to some of this, and then I'll read some of the comments. And then I gotta go. Oh, let me go back. You guys watch this. I'll be right back. All right. There you have it. Old Daniel Fisher magic right there, right? And my dog's around here somewhere. I had to go get him because he was barking like a banshee. Where'd you go? Come here. I want everybody to say hi to Gizmo, my boy. He's acting like an animal because he is. I got to put him on the other side. Sorry. All right. So, thank you for that little pause there. Anyway, let's read some of these comments. I'm going to back up a little bit here. It says, new shill on the block, man. I don't know who you're talking about, Samurai. Let's see. He has the mothership. I got to go way back, I guess, because I missed a bunch of stuff. I think I subscribed to great points about the state of things in general and the conversation around vintage versus modern synthesis. Yeah, I like Espen Craft's video about that stuff. Let's see. Did Gothic get a messenger too? Who knows, man, right? I don't know. I just listen, whatever floats your noodles. Harp Lady to me is just, I just don't get it. I don't. Anyway, she's great harpist, by the way, great musician, wonderful stuff. I just don't get her channel, don't get the people that follow her. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. I'm not holding that against anybody. That's up to, it's a free world, man. Do what you want. Moog. Anyway, so let's see. Let's see. Okay. You watched the Reverb vid that came out today, Moog Madness. Yes, I did. Jeremy Clark, welcome. Yeah, I watched the Reverb one. It's very good. Maybe we could touch on that. I don't know. I actually have to get going because I do have to eat dinner with the wife. Let's see. Samurai is always ready. He's Canadian. I don't know. The Canadian's always ready. We're ready for what? They don't even have an army anymore. Let's see. walnut sides on that thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'd like to know, like, so this is straight up. There's no walnut sides on this thing. There's no sides on it. I was just wondering, like, if you did something like that, I was wondering, like, how you would do that. You know, you probably have to drill holes into it, right? Yeah, that's kind of scary. All right. Let's see. Yes, this will be an aggressive techno beast. I believe so as well. Hold on, I thought Echo was supposed to be rearranging the studio. Well, I am. I listen. Super Booth happened. I gotta jump on the bandwagon, man. I gotta talk about this stuff because, you know, the first video I did with the Messenger, then, you know, last night Samurai and I had the Synth Fighter show, and we were all speculating. Everybody was speculating about the synthesizer, and now that we know what is going on, we know that it's cool, we know that it's badass, and we know that the price is ridiculously awesome for this synthesizer. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Synth Samurai, Hansvold, these vids are horrible. Oh, I'm sorry. You know. Let's see. Synth Samurai, bro. One of these about Shield Billy. This all the demos suck. Okay. All right. Well, you know, I'm hearing the poo-poos and the I don't know what you guys are getting all bent out of shape. I got my wrenches are in here though. They're all, look at it. They're all talking with one another here. All these wrenches. All right. Let me go back down. Echo isn't a team player today. No Harp Lady effect. No, I'm not. I'm not playing her videos, bro. Let's see. I'll pass on the walnut sauce, bro. What are you talking about, dude? I see. Oh, I'm going to read this one. Moog have sending this free out just about everyone. Price point is the issue. If they had gone a little less in asking amount, they would have surefire hit with the Messenger. I don't know. I think $8.99 is legit for this synth. How much is the base station? Anybody know? Anybody? Bueller? Throw it in the chat. Rather than not pay money for a bit of wood that costs. Well, you know, it's funny. I'm going to touch on that for a minute. What is this? Dallas House Music. How you doing? Welcome. Not your first Moog, but the first Moog, you really feel like you got your Moog experience. Okay. James Dyson, what's up, man? Let's see. Hurricane, how are you, sir? 700 Canadian tire dollars. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this stuff means. I just laugh because I'm just like, what are you talking about? Pauly D and Moog Messenger. Oh, Moog Messenger. Moog Messenger. The Pauly D's cool. Trust me, I'm a Behringer guy, man, but this thing's sick. It really is. I don't know. The Pauly D, though, isn't the Pauly D polyphonic or is it duophonic? Four-voice duophonic? I don't know. Let's see. Messenger over Pauly for sure, says Machines. Thank you, sir. Let's see. It's polyphonic. Okay, Machines, I got a question for you, sir. Are you going to get rid of your matriarch once you get it fixed and get yourself a Messenger? That's my question to you. Watch the video from this video here. Oh wait, I just want to play this. I couldn't play the whole thing. I just want to play this. You ready? ready?
that there are a lot of
Wait, hold on. You ready? You ready? You ready?
Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and today we're looking at Moog's new Messenger analog mono synth.
Here it
I've
comes.
been having so much fun with it, and just to fully
I had so much
disclose,
fun
I
with
have
it.
had a working relationship with Moog for several years. I think they make great stuff. They sponsor videos occasionally on my channel, such as this one, but they
I've worked with Moog for so many years, and they sponsored the videos, my videos on this channel, especially this one.
Sorry. Shites and cough. All right, so let's see. Where is it? The reverb one. Reverb. This one. This is a very cool video.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jake from Reverb. We got a special video for you today. Many of you have heard of March Madness, and today we're going to be doing our take on that with the Moog Madness. We're going to be comparing 8 different Moog mono synths and picking one winner. We're going to be grading these different synths in terms of 5 different criteria. We've got pricing, feature set, versatility, playability, and maybe most important of all, sound quality. Let's take a look at our contenders for today. Up first, we've got the brand new Moog Messenger. We're gonna be taking a look at the Prodigy, the Grandmother, the Sub Fatty, the Mother 32, the
Ooh, that
Source,
Sub Fatty had
the
wooden
Realistic
sides.
Concert Mate MG1, and the reigning champion, the Mini Moog Model D, the Geddy Lee edition. All right, round 1, we've got the Mother 32 against the Realistic Concert Mate MG1. The Mother 32 was one of the early Moog semi-modular synthesizers. It was their first foray
Great
into like,
synth.
the
I had
Euro
one.
rack world in the modern era. The Concert Mate MG1 was a model
Great
that they
synth. I
did
played in a
for
band. The
Radio
guy had
Shack
one of
in
these.
the 80s, which is
He
why
was
it's
our
the
bass player.
Realistic
That's what he
synthesizer
used.
by Moog Music. It's still a Moog under the hood. So let's take a listen to the Concert Mate MG1 first.
It's a great little synthesizer.
Wait a second. What the hell's going on here? Polyphony? Disqualified. Last minute substitution here because the Realistic Concert Mate MG was disqualified for
This guy reminds me of Synth Samurai with long hair. Disqualified. All right, guys, I got to get going, but listen. I think Moog knocked this out of the park. I really do. I think this is a great sounding synth. Check out this video on Reverb. It's really cool. And I thank you all for joining me and coming into my humble abode, my studio. Seriously, man. And welcome all the new guys and gals and he, she, they, them, bafangools that actually came in today. It's great. What does it say? Doesn't have to pretend to like this one, like the Labyrinth. Oh, you talking about Andrew? Yeah. Should I play that video? I'm not playing that video, man. That video pissed me off so bad. This is the greatest synthesizer. Wait a minute.
This is the greatest synthesizer of all time.
That's what he said in the video. Like, about the Labyrinth. Like, seriously, dude? Go watch the video. Whatever. All right, listen. Again, thank you all so much for coming. Renegades rule. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Check out my merch page if you haven't done that already. Okay? Check it out. It's very cool. Again, thank you so much for coming. You guys rule. And as always, I always say to you guys, stay frosty. I'm gonna still do some super booth stuff. Before I go, I just want to say one more thing too. I'm going back to work tomorrow after the eye got fixed. If the eye's fixed, it's still messed up because I have permanent damage in my eye because of what happened. but at least I'm not blind in my eye, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm going back to work tomorrow. Haven't been to work in almost 4 months, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm going back to work. And so this should be interesting. Stay tuned. I'm still going to be doing some videos about Super Booth. I know Samurai's going to do some videos. Han's going to do some videos. The Machines One's going to do some videos. Check it out. Check out SRM, our channel. Got some great people on there. Check out the videos. They're cool. I haven't done one in a while, but check it out anyway. Yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me. And like and subscribe, buy some merch, whatever, man. You know, like I always say, stay frosty, stay creative. Peace out.